Before the video starts, I just want to tell you guys to please subscribe to the channel for more NBA content like this. I post 2 videos a week on all things NBA basketball, so if that's something you're interested in, I would appreciate the support. Also, please be sure to leave a like on the video. That helps a lot with helping this channel grow. Anyways, back to the video. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what we saw last night with game 2 between the Lakers and the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. It was an interesting game. There were a lot of things that happened in that game that I felt like were worth talking about. So again, I'm here. I'm just going to kind of ramble on about what my thoughts were on this game because there's a lot of interesting things that happened. So yeah, I just want to talk about it. And of course, we'll start with the obvious. Anthony Davis with 2.1 seconds left hits the 3 at the buzzer and the Lakers go up 2-0. That was an incredible shot, but at the same time, was it surprising? Not really. I mean, yeah, it is funny at the timing of it because earlier in the day, Charles Barkley was talking about if Anthony Davis has that clutch gene or if he has like the passion to be competitive in a playoff game, and then he ends up hitting a 3 at the buzzer. So it is funny, but I do think that it's cool to see Anthony Davis show up like that, especially because this is his first time actually going deep in the playoffs in his career. So for him to show up in moments like this in his first run is really good to see, because then it shows that at his age, he is still rather young. So he can do that on his own team in the future if he wanted to. But for this moment right now, that is an incredible shot, because if that shot didn't, I mean, obviously, if the shot didn't go in, the Nuggets win the game and the series is tied and the momentum changes. To hit that shot, I think is really demoralizing for the Nuggets, but I'll get into that later. When you watch the game as a whole, the Lakers came out pretty strong, and when you watch them play, particularly in the first half, you were thinking, this team is unstoppable. Like, if you just watch the way the Lakers played throughout the first half, it was incredible to watch. I mean, you had LeBron starting off strong. He had the first 10 points, I think even 12 points for the Lakers. To see him do that well in the first half, that strong, showed, okay, yeah, you can't stop the guy. Then you had Rondo in playoff mode doing his playoff Rondo tricks. He's an incredible defender and a great playmaker, throwing the lobs, making great passes, the steals. He's doing it all. Then you had Dwight Howard actually doing incredible for both ends of the floor. He was shot blocking, he was rebounding, and he was finishing on the opposite end. And he was just, I think what made it so great for him was just he was so aggressive in the game. Like, if you watch, I think he even got a technical because he was just so competitive. He was getting physical. He was not afraid to talk smack. He was doing it all. And I think that him doing that instead of JaVale McGee is huge, because JaVale McGee is a starter and he's not really producing that well. And he's still probably going to start, my guess. I don't think Dwight Howard's going to be the starting center. But for him to come off the bench to do that is incredibly impressive. So it's great to see Dwight Howard do that, especially in his, I think, 16th year in the NBA. To have that energy and to have that talent at that age is incredibly impressive, especially against a team like the Denver Nuggets that is incredibly young. I mean, if you're the Nuggets, you're watching a 16-year vet and a 14-year vet and a 7. I mean, LeBron is a different animal, but you have Rondo and Howard who have been in the league for over a decade, do what they do so effectively at their age. It's incredible to watch, but for the Nuggets, that's not good, because you're a young team that's energetic, you're exciting, and you can't stop the old guys, in quotes, old guys. That's not great. You also had other people in the bench doing their thing. Danny Green was a mixed bag. He was shooting incredibly terrible on the offensive end, but then there were some times where he was making shots in important moments. So he's just a mixed bag. He always is, it seems like, in these games. Either he's incredibly terrible at his shooting or he's making all his shots. I mean, to be fair, he's never really on fire in any game. He's always either very cold or he's okay. And I feel like he was just okay yesterday. Let me see. I'm checking the box score right now. He had 11 points. I don't know what his shooting percentage was, but yeah, 11 points was fine. You had, let me see, Rondo had 3 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. Dwight he only had 3 points and 2 rebounds. But if you watched him on the defensive end, those blocks, that was incredible to watch. You had Alex Caruso actually doing a lot. You know, Obviously, everyone's going to talk about how he got the steal and then he did the dunk. Yeah, when Caruso does something remotely interesting, House of Highlights, Bleacher Report, they all go crazy. Lakers fans go crazy like he's some kind of god. I get it. The memes are funny in the beginning, but I think that now they're just corny and they're getting overplayed. And look, Caruso's a good role player for this Lakers team, but I can't stand the hype. I'm sorry. Like, I know that's gonna like trigger some people, but I don't know. Like, he's not bad, but like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, he did one, like he got a steal and did a simple dunk. I don't know what the whole like blow up over it was. It was cool to see the Lakers get hyped over it, but like, I don't know. The Caruso memes were funny in the beginning, like last year, but I mean, it's getting overplayed now, I think. And to me, if you're a Lakers fan making those jokes, then I get it. I mean, you're a fan of your team and you're going to support your players, but I feel like all those social media pages they got to stop because it's just getting corny now. So in the first half, the Lakers looked pretty nice and it looked like they were going to be able to pull ahead in the series without much trouble. But then the second half came and LeBron he was ice cold. I don't know what it was. He was not making shots. He was turning the ball over. And I mean, the Lakers as a whole were turning the ball over. They were getting Jokic involved, the Nuggets. Jamal Murray was doing what he does. He wasn't really catching fire like he usually does, but he was still scoring, which is his job. Then you had Nikola Jokic, who was willing his team. I think he had the biggest heart on that Nuggets team. Watching him fight to the very end to get them the win and to lose like that was heartbreaking. But yeah, Jokic was terrific in this series. You can't stop him. And what's crazy about his size is that when you watch him in the low post against even like AD or Howard, those are big, strong guys. And Jokic is just able to bully them. I mean, it's incredible to watch. He does that. He can shoot. He wasn't a great shooter yesterday. But he still, he made shots at the right time. He had 30 points and 9 assists and 6 rebounds. I mean, he's doing what he does, and it's incredible because he's the best center in the league, in my opinion now, and he's also one of the best playmaking centers I've ever seen. 9 assists for a big man? I mean, look, as a Bulls fan, I'll say this reminds me of Joakim Noah back in the day. But yeah, the Lakers were turning the ball over. They weren't really making their shots. The Nuggets caught on fire. PJ Dozier got involved. Michael Porter Jr. was making shots. And everything just worked out for the Nuggets, and they were able to bring the gap close. And it looked like for a moment, oh my God, are the Lakers about to blow a lead? Are they going to do what the Clippers do, which is for 3 straight games, have a huge lead and then lose it? Because the Lakers were up 16. But obviously, you saw the last few minutes of the game. It actually was like a back and forth between Anthony Davis and Jokic, because they were the only ones scoring for their team. LeBron wasn't doing anything. Jamal Murray wasn't really doing anything. In the final seconds, you had Jamal Murray shoot a 3. He airballed it, but then you had Jokic at the last second before the shot clock goes off. He just tips it in, and you're like, oh my God, that was incredible. Then you go to the other end, and AD hits a quick runner. Lakers take the lead back, and then you have Jokic just back down AD. It was just ridiculous because Anthony Davis, to a lot of people, was supposed to be the defensive player of the year. And in that one play where Jokic is just backing him down, it was not even close. It looked incredible because Jokic isn't like a strong person. He's just big. But Jokic was just able to use his size to his benefit and just like back AD down so effectively and get a quick layup over him. But then you obviously have, like I said, the final play with 2.1 on the clock. And I'm just going to think that play again. Like, first of all, look, AD hits the shot and that's a great shot. He screams Kobe at the end, which I love. But other than the shot, I just want to talk about what happened there and the defensive breakdown at the end for the Nuggets, because that to me is going to be what kills them in this series. They're a great scoring team. They get it done on the offensive end, but their defense in certain situations just isn't great. And that's what's going to hurt them in this series. Like, what was Plumlee doing? I mean, he had, when you watch the inbound, Plumlee was on Anthony Davis, and instead of following him or coming around the screen, Plumlee runs directly to LeBron and then tells Jeremy Grant to switch, and then they both don't switch. Then you have Jokic, who's guarding the inbound, run up to AD to try to contest the 3. It doesn't work. That is an incredibly terrible move by Plumlee, and it's terrible to watch because that one little move could have saved the Nuggets in this game, but that breakdown costed them. And now the Lakers are up 2-0, and it looks like, I mean, obviously, I'm still not counting the Nuggets out. Being down 2-0 isn't that big of a deal. If the Lakers win the next game, then yeah, it's over. But I don't rule out the Nuggets yet. They can still win the next game. They could still win the next 2 games and make the series interesting. But if the Lakers continue to play like they did in the first half, and they keep that consistently, then yeah, you can't stop the Lakers. They're going to cruise to the series and probably cruise to the title. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly give my thoughts on the game. It was a really interesting game, and obviously when Anthony Davis hits a shot like that, or when anyone does, you love to talk about it and you love to watch it happen, because who doesn't love a game-winning buzzer beater in the playoffs? Come on. But yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts on that. Thank you guys for watching this ramble, I guess. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you think of this shot. What do you think about the series and whatnot? I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. So yeah, if you haven't, please be sure to subscribe. Show your support. We're growing, which is awesome. And that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.